Hey guys, Dino DVD, and here is a big box. I'm not sure why it's in a box this big. It's not that big. It is a box set, but it's not that big. It's probably the size of, I don't know, like the Wizard of Oz box set or something, if you have that. Pardon me. Anyway, it's in a huge box from Amazon. I'm going to open this thing up and take a look at it. And you are welcome to join me on my journey here. So I'm going to just set this iPad down. iPad 2, actually, for those keeping track. Haven't decided whether or not I want to get... nothing sold me yet on the iPad 3, 4, whatever. And the Mini is not up something I want. And the Air is interesting because it's lighter, but mine's pretty light. So far, I have not been convinced... Oh, the kids will love this. Comes with a ton of this stuff in it. You know what I'm talking about. This stuff that's probably bad for the environment. Fill Air Extreme Product Care. Well, there's a recycling thing on it, so I guess it's not all that bad for the environment. So in the bottom of the box, only one. They don't really protect this stuff from sliding around. I don't think it did, but it looks like it made the trip without too much of a problem. That's cool. All right. This looks interesting. All right, anyway. Here we go, folks. This is the Wild Wild West box set. It includes the entire series of the Wild Wild West. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Always loved this show when I was a kid. I remember it being on. I was only really young, but I remember watching this. And it was one of those things on television that, back in my day, and this will date me some, but in my day, there was only so many shows on. There was 3 channels to choose from, not counting the UHF channels. Public television, for lack of a better term. Not counting those, there was only 3 channels to choose from. ABC, NBC, and CBS. And I believe this was on CBS, if I remember. It's been a while, but I believe it might have been on CBS. Like I said, I was a kid, but it just seems like a CBS show from back in the day. This show had it all. If you haven't seen this show before, I think it's worth a look. You can probably go on YouTube and put the Wild Wild West TV show in and find some episodes. These are DVDs, not Blu-rays. I don't believe it'll come out on Blu-ray, but I could be wrong. I have seen some scenes from the DVD on various review sites, and it looks really good. So could it be improved? Probably. But this thing has some glorious color in it. I don't know if it was in Technicolor or what, but it's got some really beautiful color in it. It really pops. This look here on the front of the box is not too far off from what you see in the television show. And I like that look. I like that stylized, brighter color and that type of stuff. I do enjoy that. Not in everything, but I enjoy it in certain things. And certainly in this. Now, if you never saw the Wild Wild West, basically it's the story of somewhere around the 1800s, post-Civil War, Ulysses S. Grant is president, so do the math. 1880s maybe, something like that. And these guys are the first Secret Service agents, or among the first Secret Service agents. So they are in the employ of Ulysses S. Grant, and they are sent various places throughout the West to investigate things, to stop some sort of evil guy from, some sort of plot against the U.S. government, perhaps an assassination attempt or something like it, whether it be on one of the governors of the states in those days, or even the president himself. All sorts of train robberies, perhaps, all sorts of intrigue. And imagine villains that are really campy, sort of like the villains that were in the Batman television show, if you can recall those. Really outlandish villains with outlandish little toys. And Jim West on the left with the darker hat is played by Robert Conrad, is kind of the straight shooter, kind of the strong guy, the fighter, the gun slinger, and then Artemis Gordon on the other side here is kind of the inventor, kind of the guy that has all the little tricks and so on. And Ross Martin, by the way, plays him. I had to look it up and I couldn't recall. The back is what you get in here. Fairly basic. You get. Of course, the box looks pretty cool. I'll open it in a minute, but it looks as if it's like metal, but it's not. It's just cardboard, but it's nice. It's fairly thick cardboard from the look of it. You get a episode guide, 2 saddlebags which have the discs in it, and Velcro shut. And this can be a controversial thing because people are going to say that it scratches the discs. I'm not convinced of that. In fact, the worst set I have, I found a way around with the help of somebody else on YouTube. The worst set I have for a boxing of a DVD is the Smallville set. And I'm going to do a video on that shortly because I believe that you can own that without problems, without having to take the discs out and put them in separate cases, as some people have said. And some people have suggested that with the Wild Wild West, too. I suppose you could. I'm probably going to leave them in the saddlebags and just be careful. So I got this for $30, 27 discs. It's roughly $1 a disc. You can't beat it. I'm convinced that it's probably the best price you're going to find it for through Amazon. Still probably on sale last I checked. You've got this special collector edition includes the 27 disc set, all 4 seasons, action-packed, remastered, plus a bonus disc containing 2 full-length restored Wild Wild West TV movies on DVD for the first time. The Wild Wild West Revisited in 1979 and more Wild Wild West from 1980. Oh, that's cool. Over 85 hours of entertainment, so it says here, for $30, $29.99 actually, and I'm a Prime member, so it cost me nothing to ship. It wouldn't have cost anything to ship anyway because it's over $25. And then, of course, tax, which is a new Amazon thing for me. I never used to have to pay tax, but wasn't much. I think it came to $31 total. Real happy with the look of it. Real happy with the price of it. Let's see what the inside holds for it. I'm going to go ahead and crack this sucker open. Let me just use my fingernail to start it. And that was successful, so I should be able to just peel this off. It's real nice. It's sort of textured, embossed, I guess you'd say, on like all this part here is textured or embossed. The pictures are, the Wild Wild West is, and the complete TV series is. So there's probably, I'm going to guess this looks a little better with the plastic off of it than it did. You can kind of see some of the detail there. So everything that looks detailed is all of this is all embossed. It's kind of cool. So it's got a nice feel to it. There we go. And I'm going to take the lid off of this. It's not going to be as easy as I thought. It's got the good old sticky stuff on here. Let me get that off. Yeah, no reason to keep that on. The stuff just annoys me usually. I will probably keep the cardboard that was on it. I tend to do that. I don't know why, I just do. And maybe some of you are the same way, I'm not sure. But I'm going to keep that cardboard on it. Or with it. I'm not sure, I'll probably keep it in the box. Then if I ever do sell it or trade it, somebody gets the full, like new, deal with it. And that's fine by me. So there's not much to the cardboard thing. I'll keep it anyway. Okay, so now the box just opens up like this. In the inside of the lid, it's got some sort of a, this material, whatever they call that spongy stuff. I'm not sure what that's there for. I guess in case it turns upside down, nothing gets damaged. And then you've got this booklet, the complete series episode guide. I like stuff like this. In fact, I like it better than having it in the individual discs because I have it for everything then. And if I want to just look up a particular episode that I recall, because this is not something you have to watch in order, in my opinion. I probably will, but you don't have to. You can jump around with it. And I'm sure I'll have some favorite episodes that I recall. I don't remember any right now. I'm sure we're going to remember some villains. But, yeah. You also get this thing here, this little strip. And this little strip oops, you can't see. this little strip up here was at the beginning of every episode. It had like different scenes from the show, and it would highlight after every commercial between segments. It would highlight another portion of it, and eventually the whole thing would be highlighted. It would show you the whole thing. And this is the generic intro, and then every episode had its own unique look. So you got seasons 1 and 2 here in this saddlebag. I'm going to take it out, and it comes out pretty easily. This opening here, you really can't tell with the lighting, but it's actually cut just for the saddlebag, so it'll fit perfectly. Well, we'll see if it fits perfectly, but it seems to. Velcro. So you get a Velcro thing on there. And it's not real solid cardboard. I even just creased it a little bit just doing that. So here's the discs. The discs look cool. They are separated. Here's a... so all of season 1 is here, and all of season 2 is behind here. Yeah, there are separators down in here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I'm going to do my best to show you. There are separators down in here, so each disc is in its own separated area. That doesn't mean they won't touch. Like here, some of these are touching here. But I don't know that... I don't feel like it'll do a lot of damage. I guess we'll see. I'm going to take a look at this disc. Well, there's not a mark on it, so... this one traveled well anyway, and each one again has a little different picture on it, so I like that. I like the look of these discs quite a bit. I may take them out of these saddlebags and put them into something else. I don't know. I've got different kind of holders that I could put it in, which would make it easier to get to the discs, and just leave the box on for display, which is nice. But each one of these discs looks different, and I like that. There's not a mark on it though. Yeah. This is a full screen, 1.33 to 1 ratio, in other words. I really think I'm going to leave it in the saddlebag some more I look at it. I kind of like the look of it. And, you know, I think I could see possibly taking them out for a period of time to watch a bunch of them. And then, you know, like leaving them out, maybe in some sort of a case while I'm watching them. But I think they're fine like that too. And I do like this. So for $30, I'm thinking goodbye. Real goodbye, actually. The box is in great shape. There's a ton of entertainment on this thing. 87 hours of entertainment, including the 2 movies that are here. I'm a big fan of the series, guys. If you haven't seen it, I suggest checking it out. You know, for $29 to get approximately 30 discs, I guess it's 20. What do they say? 28 discs. 27 on the series, and then 2 more for the movies. I'm thinking it's going to be a sweet set for anybody to have. It's a great show. Imagine, you know, campy villains with these 2 guys playing it straight, but having all sorts of interesting little toys that aren't too much of a stretch of the imagination for the 1800s, but neat stuff. They're not going to be laser beams or anything, but cool stuff, and really interesting plots, interesting villains, and I thought the show was well paced and beautifully photographed, as I recall. So these 2 intertwine with each other very well. The pair, kind of like a Batman and Robin type of thing, or you know, I like it when they have 2 people paired up. They both go after the same women usually in a lot of episodes, so it's kind of cool. I would give this a very high rating for a box set from what I've seen of it so far. I'll certainly be watching some of the episodes, and I can post a review if anybody wants to see it. Otherwise, if I have no requests for a review, I'll just enjoy it by my lonesome. All right, guys, you take care. The Wild Wild West. I'll be checking that one out soon. Take care, guys.